Kevon Thomas writes, Hi Kevin. On my mix bus, I have been doing some mid-side EQing and I notice how much the sounds are glued together and it sounds more cohesive. I only cut around 1-2 dB. Will this affect my mix for mastering? Please and thanks for reading and answering. But you've kind of already answered your own question, which is when you talk about the mid-side EQ that you're doing on the mix bus, you say it gives you more cohesion and it glues the sounds together. I'm assuming in a way you like it sounds like a positive, in which case, absolutely, you should do it. The only slight possible thing I would mention, and this holds true not just for MS processes, but for any process, is just listen to the collateral damage, because there's always going to be some kind of collateral damage when you apply a processor. So maybe you like one thing that the MS EQ is doing. Listen in particular to the imaging, the stereo imaging. With the effect bypass, focus on the center, and you should have like a nice clean, clear, whatever your center instruments are, should be right up the middle. When you activate the EQ, listen to whether or not it splits that apart and pushes things off to the side. Even if it's doing that, that's not necessarily a bad thing, just something to be aware of. So this leads me to my bigger point, will this affect the mix for mastering? And my response to that is don't worry about it. I'm of the belief that the mixer should have a vision, should have a very clear vision and do whatever they think is necessary to achieve that without intentionally compromising or watering down or diluting that vision based on some sort of anticipation of what the mastering engineer is going to need, what the limiter is going to do to the mix, all that kind of stuff, whether the A&R person ate breakfast that day. None of that should significantly influence the direction you're taking the mix. What you should be presenting to the mastering engineer is as close to possible as your finished ideal vision for that song, for that mix. And if MSEQ on the master bus gets you closer to that, if any other process you need to do gets you closer to that, do it. Don't worry about whether or not they're going to like it, whether or not they're going to start nitpicking, some minor little artifacts. So ultimately, I know it's a bit of a cliche, but if it sounds good, it is good. And if you have creative control over this project, you're the one you have to please. If you're working for an artist or a producer, they're the ones you have to please. Beyond that, I wouldn't stress out about it too much. Hey everyone, I'm Al Eastler, Senior Audio Engineer here at LANDR. If you like this video or any of the other videos on this channel, consider liking and subscribing. If you need help with your mix, leave a question or comment below and either myself or one of our other audio engineers will answer it. Thanks for watching.